Hello everybody, this is Steve, and we're here working with RevenueBase data, getting that data into HubSpot. So I'm starting with a filter, and you can see I'm looking for where the organization state headquarters is Virginia, where the job level is C-team or director, where the email address is not empty. Obviously going into HubSpot, I'm probably going to be running an email campaign. Where the cloud provider technographics, which is this cloud provider technographics, equals anything with AWS. I came in here and just typed in AWS and selected everything. And then the organization city, just to narrow down a little bit more, is specifically Herndon, Virginia. So basically I'm looking for C-team and directors working with AWS in Herndon, Virginia, who have an email address. I'm going to press apply, and I've got 2,170 results. So I've got 2,170 people who match that description, where their job title is some sort of C-level or director, where they live, where their organization is in Herndon, and where they have an email address. So I want to get this data into HubSpot, but I don't actually want to get every single column here into HubSpot. There's a lot here that I just don't care about. I specifically only want the stuff involving the people. I don't need anything involving the organization. So I'm going to say first, hide everything involving organization. Hide all. What else we got here? We got education. I'm going to hide that. I don't care about that. I don't care about languages. I'll keep the about me. I'll keep the persona. I'll keep the various information we have here on revenue ranges and counts and so on, and NIAX codes and SIC codes and so on. So I'll take in all of the rest of these values. So that's 140 values per person. There are 2,170 people. And I want to get that into my HubSpot, which is right here. And so the way I'm going to do that is working with Gigasheet Solutions, we can set it so that you monitor a folder. And as you save the results of this specifically to that folder, let's do level Herndon, name it C-level Herndon AWS. I'm going to put it into my to process folder, which is right here. I'm going to save the results. And I can actually have that open here in my library where my export to HubSpot is set up. And I've got a to process folder, and I see it's already there. In fact, if I see my 141 columns, my 2,200 rows are now there for my C-level Herndon AWS. And what's actually going to happen, I don't even have to do anything now. The file is going to be picked up by the process that's running behind the scenes, and it's going to start pushing those contacts directly into HubSpot. And specifically, it's going to push in every value specifically into HubSpot. A file of this size is going to take a couple minutes, but I can come over to HubSpot and start pressing refresh and see if I see new names start to show up. Let's see. And I think these two right here were just added. So Adriana Weber, Vivek Moria are within this. In fact, the easiest way to do this is to sort. So there's that Adriana Weber, working for EdgeConneX, the Treasury Director. There's her email address and more stuff here. When I come over here, I can open up that contact. And underneath this, I can see that this contact has recently been created. And if I go view all properties and scroll down, there's now a RevenueBase data field that has that email address, that email status, the job title, the URL, the full name, the various technographics that we care about, that we kept visible within RevenueBase. Of course, she's in Herndon. And every one of those 140 values, job descriptions and about us's and so on, have been loaded. We've also loaded an RevenueBase load date. Today is November 26, 2024, so that's when I'm running this, and that's when this data made it into HubSpot. What we see is that by using this RB load date, you now can search your HubSpot to see who was loaded on specific dates. And perhaps you want to set up internal HubSpot workflows, internal HubSpot automations, and move some of this data into various other fields and properties within your HubSpot environment. But that is the way it works. For 2,000 or so contacts, it's going to take a few minutes. But you can see as I just have been talking, we've had a couple hundred already all coming in from that RevenueBase data set. So a very easy way to get data from Gigasheet into HubSpot. If this is interesting to you, please reach out to support@gigasheet.com.